Mark Kobayashi-Hillary, writer, author of 5 books, and even director of UK National Outsourcing Association. I hope I have not forgotten anything from your positions or from your titles. You are for 2 days in Czech Republic. You heard a lot about Czech ICT industry. What do you think about this country, about this ICT market?
Well, it's very exciting. I mean, clearly there's a lot of opportunity. And I think that what's really come out of it and what's been the most interesting, I suppose, is seeing some of the local companies here, actually promoting themselves alongside the likes of IBM and Logica, and the companies that we know very well. But then there's also companies here that I perhaps hadn't heard of before. But clearly they're becoming major European players as well at the same time. Mm-hmm. So that's really a sort of something new that I really picked up here.
Yeah. Here in Business and Information Forum we talked a lot about outsourcing. How do you maybe describe the situation of Central Europe comparing Asia or other European parts?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like we were discussing it in our panel session, very much there's a lot of key factors why Central Europe in particular is attractive now and is going to be more attractive in future. And I think one of the key things that we have to step away from is the question of money and cost, and only ever judging a service by what is the absolute cost. Of course it will be cheaper to hire a software developer or a contact center assistant in China or in India or in Vietnam, but at the same time, what are the risks associated in doing that, and what are the practical difficulties, and what are the kind of cultural compatibility issues, not just of the people. Obviously it's easier for Europeans to work together, but I mean more the corporate compatibility. So it's much easier to get, say, a German company to work with a Czech company than a German company to go and work in China, for example. So it's much easier to do this. There's much lower risk, and so I think that when we stop talking only about the cost, then
all right. So what are the opportunities for European companies to succeed?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities, particularly in business process outsourcing, especially if we're talking about focusing higher up the value chain and more into knowledge-based services. So certainly that's where the kind of cultural compatibility and fit works much better, because then you're talking about the two companies have got to have an absolute trust, and they really have to be able to work together. So it's those kind of higher value services is really the place to aim for. Certainly you can look at places like India, and of course they're also trying to position themselves in this market. But I think one of the big differences is that over there they already have very large business process outsourcing companies, and I think it's a totally different market. I think where you're talking about knowledge services, it's totally different to the kind of outsourcing we've seen in the past. So there's definitely an opportunity there.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Mark. Thank you.
Thank you.